liminal spaces. Liminal spaces are a transitional place between two destinations. So a liminal space could be considered a road, a stairway, a hallway, those types of things. They are transitional between two destinations, one being where you came from and one being where you're heading. So stairway per se. Stairway is where you're coming from. So per se, you're in your downstairs basement of your house. The stairway takes you up to the living room area of your house. That would be considered a transitional space or a liminal space, because that's transitional between two destinations. And I love liminal spaces. They've always been something I love, and I love just watching videos about them. But I've never made my own video about one. But since I'm a gorilla tag YouTuber, I thought it would be awesome to try and find liminal spaces inside gorilla tag. Because, yeah, gorilla tag feels liminal already. So I'm going to be going throughout a few of the maps and seeing if we can find any good liminal spaces. And at the end, I will show you all the good pictures I got of places that could be considered liminal spaces. Because, yeah. Let's go. Also, I'm not doing this in a private lobby because I'm a wimp and I'm too scared to go anywhere in this game in a private lobby. So we're going to be doing this all in public lobby. So, yeah. First area we're going to be looking for or through is forest, because that's the first area anybody really goes to, and it's also the first area you get to from going out a stump. So we're going to be looking through forest, all of it, and see if we can find any good liminal space feeling areas in it. I think Treehouse would have a good liminal feeling in it. That's a good area, because I felt kind of liminal, especially if I were alone, which I kind of am. There's only one gorilla I can see from here. No, two. But, yeah, I think the treehouse is pretty liminal, so we can go with that. This also feels pretty liminal to me. It's not a transitional place, but it is pretty liminal. So I'd say we should find one more liminal feeling area in here before we go to the next map, because I feel like we need more than just two per map. By the way, I'd like to say that not all liminal spaces need to be a transitional place. They could be anything really. Like, if I were to show you this pool on screen right now, it probably feels more liminal than the other liminal spaces that you saw earlier on in the video, because they don't always need to be transitional. It's like, you can still get the liminal feeling. Liminal spaces aren't only about transitional places. In fact, they don't even need to be considered or have any relation at all to transitional place, and they could still be considered a liminal space. That's just the basic definition of a liminal space, as a transitional space. It does not need to be one. So now that we got that out of the way, we can go look for the last one. The rocket is long. I think on top of stump would be a good looking one. This also feels slightly liminal. Feels a bit less liminal than the other ones, but it still feels
to do a 1v3.
A bit liminal. So I'll consider this the third liminal space of this map, and we can move on to the next one. The next liminal map that we're going to be checking out is going to be the skate park. It got revamped recently. It's kind of emo now. We're going to go look through that and see if we can find any liminal spaces in here, because I bet we will. It's a pretty liminal feeling map in my opinion, in my personal opinion, but yeah, let's go. And it feels kind of bright in here. I'm sure we can still find a liminal feeling area, but be a bit harder. Maybe. I think we can find a liminal feeling area in here. This doesn't feel liminal enough yet, but I'm sure it will if we find somewhere. Ooh, it's dark. This could work. Yo, this is pretty liminal feeling. I'll consider this our first liminal space in this area. That was a pretty nice one, actually. I felt very liminal looking through that. The next, holy, I feel so alone in this map. That also makes it feel kind of liminal. The entirety of Gorilla Tank is kind of liminal, because, especially if you're alone. The entire game kind of meets the definition of liminal if you're entirely alone, because there's like, it feels empty, it's alone, it's very, very quiet. Like, even though I'm in a public lobby right now, I still felt completely alone. Well, being in here. I think we need to go back to the other area, because I'm not feeling any liminality in this area. Like, just being in this, I don't even have to fully enter it, and I'm feeling entirely alone, and this feels super liminal. It's kind of pretty easy to find a liminal space in this area, I feel like. Yo, this feels liminal. Holy. Oh, that's a really good, strong second one for this map. This map is really liminal, holy. This feels liminal too. We'll consider that our third liminal space for this map, because that was good. Pretty liminal feeling map in general. Our next map is going to be City, and I feel like this one would be extremely liminal, actually. Those are like the most liminal spaces in the game. So, let's go there and see if I can find any more liminal spaces for this. Okay, I have this feeling that this would be by far the easiest map to find a liminal space in, just because the entire map feels liminal. So let's go. So let's go see if we can find another liminal space in this area, because I feel like it would be pretty easy. This feels pretty liminal. It's the entrance to Metropolis. We're gonna include that. So that's number one. Ooh, I feel like this top floor here would be nice. That's really good for a one. I feel like this could get really liminal up here. Okay, there. That's pretty liminal.
Do my arms extend more than his do, or no? Because like when I look at you guys, they're going like this.
That's liminal. We would consider that our last liminal space for this area. And for the final map we're going to be checking out today for liminal spaces, it's going to be canyons. So we're going to look through canyons, see if we can find any good liminal spaces for this. And yeah, let's go. What's up, Brad?
Why reporting Jay? What'd he do?
You know, dap me up, bro, dap me up.
Alright, I'm gonna mute everybody now.
Yep.
Okay, so for our final area, let's look and see if we can find any good liminal spaces here, which I bet we will. This map is pretty liminal, I'd say. So let's go look through it and see if we can find anything that's worthy of being counted as a liminal space.
Yo, can someone be my homie? I just lost mine to another friend.
That's pretty liminal, to be honest. So that's one of 3 liminal spaces we can find in this map. And if we can consider it a liminal map.
Like, what's going on? Hey, the guy, hey, what happened?
That feels pretty liminal too. That's number 2. You just need one more, and then this could be considered a liminal map
Hey,
too.
you better not chase me.
I think we could consider this a liminal space. Feels pretty liminal. Not the most liminal,
You cannot
honestly the least, but I'll consider this liminal. So, we've looked through all the maps I was going to look through today, and we found some pretty liminal areas. I'd say the most liminal feeling, where I got the most creeps and the most liminal feeling while exploring, was the skate park map. That just felt really liminal to me. I don't know why, but it did. So, that would be it for this video. Consider subscribing and liking if you can. It would help me out with making more videos. And that is it. Goodbye.